Hey, what's up, Internet? It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to talk about the new DC Universe with James Gunn. Yes, Creature Commandos is upon us, and the new DC Universe is finally starting to take shape. We've got Peacemaker, Suicide Squad, and now a full season of Creature Commandos is under his belt. Let's have a look at how this plays out. So if you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe to the video, but we're going to be talking about Creature Commandos today. This is an animated show. It's got 7 episodes, and it recently came out from James Gunn and DCU. The show is definitely rated R, and you won't be mistaken that, and it's written by James Gunn, and if you weren't sure it was written by him, I must say he's managed quite the feat. In the opening credits, he's drawn an animation of himself writing this story. I've never seen any animated writer do that, but here you go. He's already crushing milestones right out the gate. So if you haven't heard of the Creature Commandos before...
Wait a minute! Who are you?
They're kind of like the Suicide Squad, but they're like the non-human division. It's also run by Argus. Amanda Waller sets up the squad as she does in this, and John from Peacemaker is there, played by Steve Agee, and Viola Davis is back as Amanda Waller. Actually, from what I've read, everyone who's voicing the people would actually be playing the live-action counterparts if they make it to the end of the show, that is. And when we talk about the Creature Commandos making it to the end of the show, let's be clear, that is not a guarantee.
I'm planning on dying tonight. What are your plans?
This show is rated R, and it really goes hard. They don't mind ripping off faces, melting people, destroying people, stabbing, killing. There's a pile of sex in it. Like, it's over the top violent. The animation is crazy.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
He's really going for it. He swings hard for the fences here, and honestly, it's mostly a hit. Yeah, if you're watching this show, buckle up, because the action comes hard, fast, and bloody as heck. And these guys don't mind who they're killing, what they're killing. Like the Suicide Squad, they're kind of like villains, but they're non-humans. But some of the scenes are pretty awesome to see, and it's got good humor, a few heart-pulling string moments as well, and honestly, a lot of brutal action. So just to get into the story here, I just want to point out for the first time too, I really did not like the opening music at all. I don't like most of the music in this show. That's the one thing that's a big miss for me. I really didn't like it. I'm going to mention it more later, but yeah. But getting into it, Creature Commandos, it's kind of like a basic introduction story to a whole new team like the Suicide Squad. Amanda Waller goes in and assigns Rick Flag Sr. Now, if you remember Rick Flag Jr., he was killed by Peacemaker in the other Suicide Squad movie, so that's going to be canon.
Emotional, damn it!
So we actually get his father here, still in great shape for a man of his age. With his, he's got gray hair, but he's got still got all the muscle strength, and he's just like an older Rick Flag, but almost seems more effective in some ways. He's probably just potentially a little older and more experienced, and he also gets laid in the show pretty early on, and they have a really hilarious moment where one of the guys is like, "We need his attention right now." It's like, yo, just give him a few more minutes for him to finish up in there. But yeah, Rick Flag is going to be taking the role of, Rick Flag Jr. from the Suicide Squad. He's going to be the one with that little machine that can control all of the Creature Commandos. And boy, oh boy, they're going on quite the adventure, let me tell you. So we have an evil queen-like lady, Cersei, not the one from Game of Thrones. No, she's from Themyscira, and she can cast magic, and she's supposed to be able to see visions of the future and things like that. And she has a whole bunch of men that are working for her, the Sons of Themyscira. It's pretty funny. They have hats that say SOFT, S-O-F-T, Sons of Themyscira.
Stop it. Get some help.
They definitely turn out to be expendable fodder characters for more or less throughout this, but yeah, she comes off as pretty evil and threatening, and her whole plot to kill this princess of this country is pretty much the basis for the whole thing. So to stop her, they have to get some supernatural beings of their own. They have to get the Creature Commandos. So Rick Flag Sr. goes down to meet the team, and I'll go through them all here just so you can get a good introduction to what you're getting into here. The first creature commando is actually a robot, GI robot, and he was built way back in World War II to kill Nazis. He loves killing Nazis and hanging out with the boys. They all raised a glass to the steel guy back in the 40s. So that's all he does. That's the only programming he has. But he's kind of like almost like a very early model AI, and it shows throughout the years how he gets passed around. People kind of learn from him and things like that. At one point, he's actually staying with a family and even makes a friend. I say make a friend, but like all the backstories we get in this, they're all pretty tragic, and he definitely, I'll say, will kill Nazis no matter who they are. He's not the most interesting character, but I've honestly never seen him in anything else, but he's the first guy I really remember getting introduced to. He's alright, and he has a few cool action scenes, but most of his lines fall kind of flat, but definitely a few funny moments. Our next creature commando is Nina. She's like a fish girl. She has a fishbowl on her head. She's got gills. She can only breathe underwater. She was born with lungs, I think, like outside of her body type thing. And by the way, she has a very shitty mom who just like abandons her, and a very amazing dad who like builds a suit so she can walk. And anyway, her backstory is pretty tragic. She's not even really a criminal when you get into it. Like, I don't know why. She's not even really a creature. She's just like a poor girl who had nothing go right. But here she is under the control of Waller and the Creature Commando. So she's along for the ride. We also get the amazing Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus, and wow, this character is the only real monster, I would say, that's in this show. This guy is crazy. He's the one, he melts faces, burns people, just destroying everything in sight. He is frightening to see. He has an appearance that every time you look at him, it's like unsettling, and people keep thinking he's smiling, but he's not. And he goes around, he has a lot of moments where you think he's going to do something real bad and you're not sure or not. It's really, he's really cool. He does a great job. His backstory is also tragic. It's a whole mobster story about, his family getting whacked for doing something, and then they try to nuke him with his own device, and yeah, he turns into this. And his character is really over the top with the violence. He is just crazy. He goes from 1 minute trying to kill someone to having their backs the next moment. Like, he's something else. He does a great job. Then we get the bride. That's like the bride of Frankenstein. So we get her whole backstory where she gets made to be the bride of Frankenstein, and she actually falls in love with Victor, the guy who creates Frankenstein. There's a whole tragic thing where she's like having sex with him and stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy. She's the de facto leader because like she's the only real, like, I guess, creature here that was never really human. She was kind of just made, right? And honestly, she kills a lot. She's hyper violent. She's angry. I really didn't like her character. A lot of her scenes are pretty funny though. She kind of makes friends with Nina and stuff, and she has some cool moments in the prison, but overall she just seems like a temper tantrum waiting to happen. Like, she just kills, and I get it, that's just her character, but didn't really like her a whole lot throughout the show. She was the character I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy her, but she wasn't terrible or anything, but just felt like way too killy for no reason and just screwed up all the time. But I guess, hey, there's character development in there too though, right? But yeah, I mean, with the development even said, like, she is just so mean to the Frankenstein character that gets introduced. Like, she's awful to him, like, the whole time. And I understand when you get the story why she is, but, like, it's like hundreds of years of just being really mean. But anyway, as like I said, so she's there, the bride.
Perfect.
Then we also get Weasel. Yes, Weasel, played by Sean Gunn again. The same Weasel from the Suicide Squad. I guess Waller figured out he didn't drown, went back and got him. And Weasel is the best and most interesting character in this. I really liked Weasel. When you finally get his backstory, I just want to say, justice for Weasel. His lawyer tried. Like, this poor guy, he's innocent. He was so cool to see his backstory. I was so happy to get like a little bit more info on him. I was happy he was in this show. He's really done. Animation works a lot better for this character, especially when you see like his backstory, where he's from, and all the scenes with him are really good. I really liked Weasel. His portrayal was awesome in this. Glad to see him back. Hope he gets on the big screen again. He's a great addition to this. We do also get quite a bit of Frankenstein in this. You get to see how he's kind of chasing the bride, and he really loves her all throughout history. He's kind of dumb, but he does whatever he can to kind of get with her. At one point, he runs into Rick Flag Sr. They have a whole adventure. It's pretty awesome. And actually, through their interactions, we do see Clayface, too. I heard he was getting a show or something in the DC universe, but they really beat the hell out of him here, so hopefully he'll be okay for his show. But I just wanted to mention Clayface because Clayface animation was great. He looked fantastic, scary and eerie and like just really creepy. It was really cool to see him. Really well done. And yeah, so it's a pretty fresh cast of characters. It's not something you're going to see in your regular DC library, all these people together, but it's pretty interesting. It's a very fresh take on a very violent cartoon, but you get a lot of really nice animated moments. Like I said, the fighting is solid. The murders are really good. The blood and the violence, all that is there. But you also, like I said, you get some heartfelt moments because not everyone makes it to the end. No spoiler, but a lot of people you don't want to die are going to die. And it's definitely on purpose, and things in the backstory come off really sad, but then you also get some absolutely hilarious moments with some of the characters where you're just gonna burst out laughing, and you get a nice twist. It's a basic story, you know, Cersei bad, trying to get this princess good, and then as it plays out, there's a nice little twist at the end and stuff, and you get the bride. She really, by the end of it, comes out as their de facto leader. And there's a nice tease at the end for another Creature Commando squad. I saw King Shark there and stuff, but overall it was good. The story is solid. The animation's good. The violence is great. The character conversations, their banter and stuff, it's top notch. But it's not only top notch, like the banter really brings the show up. Like, it's a lot of fun just seeing them interact with each other, how they develop as a team, even though, like I said, they don't make it. Seeing the moments they have together, their bonding, seeing how they make plans and stuff together. It's great. It's really good. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a great start to the new DC universe. But as I said earlier, I gotta mention it again. I really don't like the music. I just thought it was terrible. None of the tunes caught me. I would have liked if they just did some original songs, original music for this. Like, I like it when DC does that. I like it when like a show has like a soundtrack, like Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, or like the old Dark Knight Returns, where they get like an orchestra or something in there that they make their own music, like sets the real dark tone and stuff. I really didn't like the music in this, like the punk type music or whatever. I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy that, but it was a big bring down for me, and I noticed it every episode. There was hardly any of the music I liked, so, and I liked the violence, but I did find it was like a little over the top at times, but still pretty awesome to see. Overall, I would give Creature Commandos a 7.5 out of 10 on the odometer. It's a really good show. It's got great action. It's a little bit of adventure. It's a pretty basic story premise, but you get a whole host of character development, learning who everyone is and stuff, but some of the takeaways for me are really the music, and like I said, not everyone makes it to the end, which I thought is another big negative because you get invested in particular characters and you're like, oh, they're just, they're not going to go forward, but I just didn't really like that either. And I love the violence and stuff. It's just a little bit too odd for me at times, but honestly, overall, a really good, solid watch. I had a great time, enjoyed all 7 episodes, and it's an easy recommend. But thanks so much for your time, guys. Really appreciate that. Please like, share, subscribe to the video, and remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.